Hey, it's Miss Emily with Miss Anita's Crafts. You guys know I love using these Model Magic 1 ounce single packs. I always buy them in all white, but one complaint I have about them is they don't make all the colors. So if you want any color besides the primaries, you're pretty much gonna have to find a way to color it yourself. So I want to show you a little trick today, something that I do to color the Model Magic myself. We're going to start by breaking this one piece up into 3 little chunks, try to get them even sized. We are just going to put a dot of acrylic paint right in the middle and we'll mix it up. This is going to get all over your hands. You can try to do it neatly, but there is really no way to do this without getting it all over you. So get ready to get a little messy with this, and you're going to fold it and knead it in your hands until all that color is mixed in really well and we don't see any white marbling through. I want to make my second lump of clay purple, so I'm starting with a really dark purple. If you have a darker color, like a magenta for your pink, that's always better because as you can see, they are going to come out a little bit pastel. So try to use something with as much pigment as you can, and then just mix, mix, mix. For my third and final color, I want this to be a nice neon green, so I'm going to use a dark Kelly green with another spot of some bright yellow, and that will give me the nice neon color that I'm looking for. I'm going to go ahead and mix these in. You may as well just smear it all around with your fingers because it's going to get all over you anyways. And of course I had to wash all that pink and purple off my hands because that would not mix very well into your green. I figure I may as well show you what I'm doing with all of these. So right now I have a paper plate. It's a 10-inch. I have painted some blue watery patterns here in the background using some dark blue and light blue acrylic paint that's already dry. And then I smeared some Elmer's glue all over the background here so my clay will stick. I'm using the little bit of green that I made to put some seaweed here in the background. You'll see what this is going to turn into in the end. It's going to be really, really cute. So I just shaped these, rolled them with my hands, and now I'm sticking them into the glue. Another cool thing is because we added all that acrylic paint to the clay, it actually makes it a lot stickier. So the clay will stick to the paper plate a little bit better, and it will also stick to itself a little bit better. So we'll put some seaweed on the other side. Then I used a toothpick to sort of create that little line right down the middle to make this look more leaf-like. And let's bring in some of that nice light purple that we made. I'm going to separate it into a couple little chunks here, and really, really flat I'm going to smush it into the glue that's on the plate, kind of covering up the base of the seaweed so it looks like it's maybe growing out of this. And I don't know what this would be, but maybe it's some sand at the bottom of the ocean, and it's just a fun color. Now while your clay is super soft like this, it's really easy to create little indentations in there, so I'll use the back of a paintbrush to just give it some texture. And now for my favorite part, we're going to use the pink to make these really cute little ocean plants, and we're going to make them growing right out of our purple sand. The way I do this is I roll up the clay into a long snake. I try to make it an equal size all the way around, and then I'm rolling it up just right on top of itself and letting it all stick together. You'll want to do this lightly so you don't smush it while you're rolling it, and then you can decide where you're going to plant it. See how easily it sticks right on top of the other wet, sticky clay? I'm going to get started on a whole bunch more of these little plants, and then we'll stick a fish in there, and we're also going to close it up with another plate right over the top of this where we've cut out the center and put a little plastic sleeve over it so it looks like glass. And here is the finished product. We colored the fish with some crayons and then added some bubbles in the background with some white paint markers, and that's it.